morning, everybody. It's a nice morning, little muggy. It's fancy. We got some company walking down the road. They came out to say hi to us. You saw them in the intro. Well, today's topic is going to be a little introspective. I thought we would talk about mindfulness. Before we do, though, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Come join us on this journey towards a life done free. All right, let's talk about mindfulness for a minute. Well, okay, first off, why mindfulness? Why mindfulness? Why today? Well, if you don't know what mindfulness is a trait that the philosophy of Stoicism says a person should have. And mindfulness is the ability to live in the moment and be aware of what's happening. And that's not just in a physical sense, but in a greater sense, all right? And why am I thinking about it this morning? So, every morning I get up and I listen to a daily Bible reading, various verses. And I was listening to it this morning, and I started doing something else and started paying attention to something else while these Bible verses were going on. And it occurred to me that I was being distracted. And distraction's a huge thing in today's world. The world is a very, very loud place. And there's a lot of things that take our mind off of what we're doing, and we don't pay attention to what's going on around us. If you're a Christian, the world's a very loud place, and God speaks in whispers, and we have to listen really hard. If you're secular and you're not worried about the religious components of life, then there's things that we need to be paying attention to, and the world does things that distracts us from it. This little box I've got in my hand, this little gadget, this is one of those things. This will distract us away from what we really should be attention to. And if we're not going through life paying attention to what's going on around us and soaking it in, then we're missing a lot. One of the reasons why I didn't wear a backpack this morning was because I didn't want the distraction. I thought about it, I started to pick it up, and I put it down because I didn't want the distraction. I wanted to be able to go out here on the walk, and as we were walking outbound, I tried to just take in the moment as we were walking. And it really just does change your perspective on things. And an example of getting distracted that we don't think about. I was working on the chicken coop and the chicken run. Actually, it's a duck run now. But I was working on that the other day, and it was hot. It was so hot. And I spent the entire time I was out there distracted by the fact that it was hot. And it didn't necessarily affect my quality of work, but it affected the enjoyment that I got out of the ordeal or the activity. So it took away that good feeling you get whenever you're building something, whenever you're making something. It took away from that because I was thinking about how hot I was and how I wanted to go in, and I just had to do this one more thing, and then I can go in and take a break. So I guess what I'm trying to say is practice a little mindfulness in your daily lives and see what difference it makes for you. It allows us to look beyond our deep concerns, and we've talked about it before, guys. There's a lot to be concerned about now. There's a lot of things going on that we'd like to think they're unprecedented, but they're not. They're just repetition of things that have happened time and time again in human history. But it's new to us, right? So practice that mindfulness and try to live in the moment and be aware of it, so that you can take in everything that it offers. Now, we want to live in the moment, soak it all in, incorporate that into our worldview and our understanding of what's happening around us, and thrive. Because at the end of the day, that's basically what all this is about. Is we don't want to just survive, we want to thrive through whatever happens, good or bad, right? All right, listen, that's it. Short message this morning. I thought it was important because we do get distracted. Again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Come join us on this journey towards a life done free. If you're looking, leave the cat, ignore the cat. There's a cat out in the field, and Fancy's tugging on the leash. She's living in the moment. Come on, get up here. But anyway, if you want to support the channel and get some products and use some services that will help you gaining more liberty and becoming more free of the system that is built to keep us contained, go ahead and hit our affiliate links. And, seriously, just go out today and live a life done free. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Be mindful about it. All right, take care. Thanks, Milo.